You might know him as the White Wolf or the Butcher of Blaviken. This man has undergone years of brutal training and multiple agonizing mutations to become one of the best Witchers in existence. Despite being despised by those he tries to protect, this monster slayer for hire sticks to his own moral code and spares as many innocent lives as possible. The story of today's video is about the Witcher's Geralt of Rivia. Chances are, you've seen Geralt somewhere. Maybe you played as this dual-wielding white-haired anti-hero in The Witcher 3, or you watched Henry Cavill's portrayal of the character on Netflix. This professional beast hunter is easily one of the most iconic video game characters around, and the protagonist in one of the most popular Netflix shows of all time. Let's get to know the mysterious origin story of the Witcher's Geralt of Rivia.
Don't judge me.
But first, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Geralt of Rivia is the main character in Polish fantasy author Andrzej Sapkowski's The Witcher saga. Sapkowski created his fantasy world by drawing inspiration from European folklore, especially Slavic mythology. What started as an entry for a short story competition in 1986 became a series of short stories. These stories turned into a saga of books which were then adapted into comics, a trilogy of RPG games, a movie, and a couple of shows. Although Sapkowski's Geralt of Rivia has been a household name in Central and Eastern Europe for decades, his fame spread throughout the rest of the world thanks to CD Projekt Red's highly successful video game adaptations. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which released in 2015, is still considered to be one of the greatest RPGs ever made. Following the success of the video game, Netflix's The Witcher broke a Netflix record as the most-watched opening season on the streaming platform at the time of its release. Not much is known about Geralt's past before he began training as a Witcher. He was born to a sorceress named Vicenna. His father is believed to be Korin, a warrior who helped Vicenna defeat a monster named Koschei. Soon after his birth, Vicenna left Geralt in the School of the Wolf headquarters, Kaer Morhen, to train as a Witcher. In order to become a Witcher, young Geralt was required to survive selection consisting of 3 deadly processes. The first was the choice, in which young Witcher adepts voluntarily undergo rigorous training and diet restrictions. Afterwards, Geralt and the others were subjected to the trials. The trials are a series of excruciating tests that not many Witcher adepts survive. During the painful Trial of the Grasses, Geralt displayed a strong tolerance for mutagenic potions designed to alter human physiology. As a result, he was chosen for further experimental mutations along with other adepts. Only Geralt survived. The mutations granted Geralt enhanced abilities, but also turned his hair white, earning him the nickname White Wolf. Following the trials are the changes. Those who live past the first 2 stages experience physical transformations and gain abilities such as accelerated healing, heightened senses, and superhuman strength. Despite the brutality of Witcher selection, Kaer Morhen wasn't all bad for young Geralt. He managed to make a few friends, such as fellow Witcher adepts Gweld and Eskel. Geralt also found a surrogate father in his mentor, Witcher Master Vesemir. At one point, Vesemir encouraged Geralt and the other young Witchers to choose a surname. This was intended to make the Witchers seem more trustworthy to their clients. Geralt initially picked the name Geralt Roger Eric Duhot Belgard, but Vesemir urged him to choose something more practical. After randomly picking a spot on the map, Geralt chose to be called Geralt of Rivia. Although meaningless at first, Geralt later earned his title formally in the battle for the bridge on the Yaruga. During this battle, which took place in the Second Northern War, Geralt unintentionally helped Lyrian forces stall the Nilfgaardian advance. Queen Meve of Lyria and Rivia knighted Geralt for his role in their victory. As a true knight of Rivia, Geralt formally became Geralt of Rivia. When Geralt left Kaer Morhen, following the successful completion of his Witcher training, he was determined to rid the world of monsters and protect innocent lives. Together with his loyal steed Roach, he traveled to various towns in search of monsters and payment. After killing a monster called Kiki Mora lurking around the town of Blaviken, Geralt sought a reward from an alderman named Caldamain. Instead, Caldamain suggested Geralt find Irian, a mage who might pay to study the beast's body. Upon meeting Irian, Geralt quickly realized that his real name was Stregobor. Years earlier, Stregobor convinced the king not to pay Geralt for his work of slaying a water serpent. In spite of this, Stregobor had the audacity to ask Geralt for his help in killing a gang leader named Renfri. Geralt coldly refused and returned to the town inn. There, Geralt encountered Renfri and her gang of bandits. One of the gang members challenged Geralt to a fight. Renfri intervened. Later on that evening, Renfri attempted to recruit Geralt to help her kill Stregobor. She revealed her true identity as a princess of Creighton and explained how her stepmother banished her with the help of Stregobor. Geralt refused and encouraged Renfri to leave town instead. Renfri mentioned her intent to try something called Tridum Ultimatum before spending the night with Geralt. The next day, Geralt learned from Caldamain that Tridum Ultimatum is a strategy that involves taking hostages and killing them one by one until demands are met. Realizing that Renfri intended to kill off Blaviken's citizens until Stregobor agreed to her ultimatum, Geralt rushed to find her. Fortunately, the Witcher arrived before any innocent lives were lost. He killed every single member of the gang and was forced to kill Renfri as well when she refused to stand down. Unaware that Geralt had just saved their lives, the townsfolk threw stones at the Witcher to drive him out of town. His gruesome murders of Renfri and her gang earned Geralt the nickname the Butcher of Blaviken. Despite his reputation for being a loner, Geralt formed close bonds with a privileged few. One of these bonds was with Dandelion, a poet and bard whose ballads about the Witcher would eventually make Geralt famous. One day, Dandelion fished an old jar that contained a powerful creature called Djinn. Similar to a genie, djinns are bound to whoever captured them until they fulfill 3 of the captor's wishes. When Geralt noticed the mage's seal on the jar, he tried to persuade Dandelion to stay away from it, but the seal came off in the process. As soon as the djinn appeared, Dandelion angered it by making wishes. The djinn severely wounded Dandelion and fled when Geralt grabbed the seal. Geralt met a gifted sorceress named Yennefer while searching for someone to heal Dandelion's injuries. Yennefer agreed to help Dandelion, but only because she wanted to capture the djinn for herself and harness its power. While trying to trap the djinn, Yennefer almost destroyed the city of Rhiend and got herself killed. Since djinns can't harm their master, Geralt used his last wish to tie his fate with Yennefer's. This freed the djinn and saved her life. Although Geralt has other love interests, such as Triss Merigold of Maribor, Yennefer of Vengerberg is believed to be Geralt's true love. Their complicated relationship is integral to his story in the books and the games. Another person who is bound to Geralt by destiny is his ward and adopted daughter, Ciri. Geralt unknowingly claimed Ciri when he invoked the Law of Surprise, a custom that ordains a man saved by another to give a reward of an unknown nature to his savior. This often took the form of the man's firstborn child. Geralt saved Duny, who is secretly the rightful emperor of Nilfgaard, from his future mother-in-law, Queen Callanth of Cintra. When Duny offered to repay him, Geralt asked for the Law of Surprise as Duny had done 15 years to claim the princess. Since Duny was unaware that Princess Pavetta was already pregnant with Ciri, Geralt accidentally claimed the future princess of Cintra by declaring this custom. Geralt also claimed Ciri a second time, when he asked for the Law of Surprise after saving a merchant whose wife had taken Ciri into their home as an orphan. In addition to having rightful claims to the kingdoms of Cintra and Nilfgaard, Ciri is a carrier of elder blood. As a descendant of a powerful elven sorceress named Laura Doran, Ciri possesses unimaginable and often uncontrollable magical powers. Geralt spends most of the books, games, and shows either searching for Ciri or protecting her from those who want to usurp her throne and her ancestry. So what did you think about the true origins of Geralt of Rivia? What wishes would you ask from the djinn if you were Geralt? If you like this origin, please don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and like the video, because lots more are coming. Thanks, and see you again soon.